What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about Denmark's military conscription and training. So, we don't do this here in the United States, but if I understand correctly, this means in Denmark, it's mandatory for people to join the military? Is that correct? Like everybody has to join? Is that right? Because that's interesting. I didn't know about that. So today, I really want to check this out and try to understand all this and see what this is like for Danish people going through this. So let's take a look.
How do you feel? I'm so touched. I can't believe it. It's so surreal. I'm sorry.
What? What? What is this? What is happening? Okay, I get that this is the start of the video. I guess it's supposed to grab your attention. And it has. What's going on? This is so intense, like emotional. What are they all doing?
These Danish conscripts have just made it through one of the most demanding weeks of their lives.
Oh.
A week designed to break them down and rebuild them for military life.
Oh my God. Just looking at what it's like already in Denmark, if you're in the military, like training, just talking about the climate, like the fact that it's snow and cold, and that's a whole other element of difficulty that, like here in the US, we don't even think about that as, it's hard enough to be in the military. It's hard to train. But you also have like these crazy conditions in Denmark. Oh my God.
Life. I'd come to Denmark to see how its conscription system was drastically changing.
It's a new world that we're looking in. Women also have to participate in protecting the country.
Okay, what? The conscription system is changing? I'm just trying to understand how it works. But it's also like in the process of changing, I guess, it's women too. Women have to sign up. Like, yeah, this is something we don't really have here in the US. I guess technically we had a draft like a long time ago, but we don't have anything like this, especially now. So this is interesting. This is intense.
I want to find out what it takes to turn regular people into soldiers and why you'd want to in the first place.
There's a shadow number of many citizens who could grab a weapon and know how to use that weapon in case something happens.
What? There's a bunch of just regular Danish people out there? Like reserves, maybe? Are you talking about like military reserves? Like people who are trained and ready to like be part of the military or fight, but aren't active military? Because I know about that. Is that what we're talking about? Because the way he said it is kind of scary. Like, there's a bunch of people out there in Denmark ready to fight, or whatever he said. Ready to pick up a gun and fight, or... Oh my God. I've never thought about, like, Denmark in this way. It's just something we don't really learn about. Okay. From civilians to soldiers. Copenhagen.
Conscription has been part of Danish life since 1849, requiring a set number of young adults to serve their country when called upon. Denmark has made global headlines with plans to overhaul conscription in response to growing security threats and Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine.
That makes sense. Like, given everything that's happening, especially with the war, Russia attacking Ukraine, the whole war, it's lasted years. It's that is also something, we don't think about as much here in the United States because we're just not close to it. I know it affects us, it affects everyone, and we should be doing our part to help, and we should be more concerned, really. But I think it's just a fact. Like in Denmark, this is a lot more urgent because you're so much closer to Ukraine and Russia,
Denmark is bringing women into the draft, ramping up annual intake from 5,000 to 7,500 by 2033, and extending service from 4 months to 11.
Oh, so there's been a conscription for a while now, is that right? But it hasn't included women, or anyway, it sounds like they're increasing the amount of time you have to serve and increasing the amount of women who have to join.
I began my conscription journey at Forsvarsdag, or Military Assessment Day. Held continuously throughout the year, this is where 18-year-olds either volunteer or are selected for service.
What? Oh, you can volunteer, right? That's how currently the US system is just to all volunteers. So in Denmark, when you're 18, you got to show up to this. So like every Danish adult has done this. You have to show up and either volunteer to join the military, which is a huge deal. That's a huge choice. Very admirable choice, by the way. Or you could be conscripted. So you can be conscripted or you will be. Do you absolutely have to join, or is there just like a chance? Or
Hi, Christina. Very nice to
Hi,
meet you.
nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you.
having us here today. Where are we and what's going on here?
So we are in this recruitment center in Copenhagen. We'll recruit for the defense, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Danish Emergency Management Agency as well.
wow.
Nu her, så skal vi ind og have en prøve. I skal tage alle jeres ting med jer, og så sætter I inde ved en vilkårlig computer herinde ved siden af.
Any prospective conscripts must pass an intelligence test and a medical exam to make sure they are fit to serve and able to cope with the demands of military life.
Oh, so even though it's mandatory, if you don't fulfill certain requirements, they're not going to conscript you. Do people purposefully do bad to avoid it? You know what I mean? Do people purposefully fail the test or act like they can't see, or to try to it's called draft dodging in the US, and I wonder if people ever try that or what that's like for Denmark.
For those who pass the tests, a lottery system then decides their fate.
It's a lottery. It's a freaking lottery. So if you're deemed fit to serve, what? They pull your name out of a hat, or what? They pick your name out of a lottery? So you don't even know it. You just find out by random chance if your whole life could change because of this.
Is it all right for me to pick a number to see if I would have to be
Yeah, you can pick a
conscripted
number.
into the Danish military?
Yeah.
The system
What?
is simple. Peel back the sticker, and if your number is below 15,000, you could be called up to serve.
Oh my God, this has to be so stressful, so nerve-wracking. You just pick a ticket out of a box, and that determines your life. At least, I don't know how long you have to serve or how intense. It seems really intense. You're going to have to go through training and move. It's a big deal if you're chosen, right?
So I got number 20,754, which would mean that I would be ineligible for conscription. So if I wanted to go
Okay.
into the armed forces, I'd volunteer.
Okay.
It's remarkable to think that these little red barrels shape not only the futures of the young people in this room, but also the future of Denmark's defence.
Yeah.
Having dodged the draft, I still wanted to see what conscription was really like. So I headed out
Oh my God, that would be so crazy to go through that. Wow, that's stressful. Because let's be honest, there's people who want to join the military, and there's a lot of people who don't. They just don't want that life. So, yeah, it's stressful if you're in Denmark, and there's a chance you just might randomly have to. And that's just the way it is.
To meet the young men and women doing their service with one of Denmark's most recognisable regiments, the Royal Life Guards. During my visit, they were taking part in a week-long challenge, living outdoors around the clock with little sleep and only half rations to keep them going. At the end of the week, they would graduate from recruit to official conscripted Royal Life Guards.
This is for what? This is like when you join? This looks like training like that the Navy SEALs would do, like really elite soldiers would do this crazy stuff. This is just like people just becoming conscripts and just trying to graduate training. You're doing all this? Sleeping in the snow and eating next to nothing?
A lot of countries don't have conscription, haven't had it for a long time. So what would you say to people from those countries about conscription and why it's necessary?
In Denmark, we've always had conscription, and that's been the same with lots of our NATO allies. There's not something you should be afraid of, because it's not about forcing people into the service, a place where they don't want to be. If they don't want to be here, there are options where they can do other stuff for a different part of society.
Oh, okay. So is it mandatory or is it not? Because I do like that they're saying you shouldn't have to be here if you don't want to be here. I do agree with that. It's best if the people serving in the military are passionate about it, and like no one should feel forced. And that probably doesn't make for a good soldier anyway. So maybe if you, I don't know what that means exactly. If you're conscripted, maybe there are ways to petition it or do other jobs.
I think it's important personally for NATO as a whole to have citizens of those countries that can actually fight in case.
Okay, I keep hearing citizens like, so is the purpose of this to train citizens into soldiers, and then they can return home and resume their life? Is it just so that people are trained and ready to, if the military needs more people, you have these people who are trained? But it's not like they're in a military career. It's not like they're locked in the military for years. They just have to go for training. That actually makes a lot more sense to me. Especially for Denmark. Denmark is a pretty, like, it's a pretty small country. Like, the population is pretty small, right? And that's probably why there's conscription. You need a minimum amount of soldiers and stuff.
Something happens.
Oh my God.
So what are you guys about to do? Do you have any idea what you're about to do?
So we are walking. We don't know how long. We just know that we are home at about 7 the latest in the morning.
You've been out for 4 days right now. So how is your morale and how are you feeling about everything at the moment?
At night it's down. When it's light, it's up.
Yeah.
But at night you're very down. Feel sorry for yourself.
Your energy and your awareness goes down as the sun goes down.
Is it daytime right now? Is this, do they think this is good? This is daytime? This is like cold and dark to me. Oh my God, you guys are different.
It's gonna be a great night.
Oh my
The conscripts
God.
would march all night in these shocking conditions, with high winds and heavy snowfall. But despite the weather, spirits were high.
No way.
Second! 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 Second!
I like that. I like that a lot. Reminds me of like American military morale, like in the Army and Marines, they have songs and chants and stuff to keep you going, keep your morale up. Oh my God, okay.
This was more than just a night hike. For these conscripts, the night is filled with surprise tasks.
Now it's the night, so they are hiking like at the evening, and just like they have to do the training through the night. Oh my God. They haven't even talked about how cold it is. They're not even complaining.
So right now, what they're doing is a mental game. It's basically kind of like battleships. They've got to remember which square goes bang, and the next person has to avoid it. Bang!
Du er død. Tilbage i køen. Næste. Bum! Tilbage i køen. En død.
More than anything, these kinds of exercises are designed to test the conscripts' resilience, pushing them to keep going when they are tired, cold, and under pressure.
Yeah. Oh my God.
After nights out in the elements, there's nothing better than finding shelter and getting warm. I found myself in a hangar full of exhausted conscripts, including a young man with a foot that had clearly seen better days. What's happened here?
I don't know. I've just looked at it, seen how bad it looks. Haven't really been that bad yet, but...
Oh my, yeah, like, that just shows you how focused they are. Like, it's so crazy out there and so much adrenaline. Like, they probably don't even notice, like, when their feet are getting beat up and stuff.
Doesn't look too good now.
I may have
He's
been put
smiling. He's smiling about it.
off my breakfast, but the conscripts were far too hungry to care, as they tucked into what the Danish army calls primitive cooking. That's the first proper meal that they've had in 4 days. Up until now, they've had to share one ration pack between two. But regardless, they've all got smiles on their faces. It's clear that they're getting a lot from the experience.
Wow. It's really cool to see, like, what military training looks like in Denmark.
As the exercise entered its final day, I wanted to learn more about the future of women in conscription, so I arranged to have a chat with Trina, the conscript's official spokesperson.
Right. So is this like a big deal that women are being conscripted to the military?
Tell me about women and conscription here in Denmark. How is that changing, and why is that important, do you think?
They have to be conscripted as men do. And why is it changing? Well, I believe it's a new kind of world that we're looking into, and women has, of course, opportunities that men do, and we also have to participate in protecting the country, because we are in the country and we are participating in society as a total daily. So we also have to contribute to this.
I think that's a good attitude. I mean, it's very progressive, like very equality, like, yeah. Just having the women go through the same sort of things that the men are going through. We certainly view it a different way in the US, mostly from like physical differences, but yeah, especially with the military, there's so much more that goes into it that is not just based on your physical ability, especially now with all this military technology and stuff, that it makes all the sense in the world to have more women if they are available.
Feeling inspired, it was time to face the final test of the exercise.
Rex Turin?
Right, so I'm going to be joining these guys. I think it's an
final test. What is happening? A tank? It looks like they're shooting guns? Is there actual bullets? What? This is the final test.
The pace was fast, and before long I'd had quite enough of crawling through the snow. Got that bit, yeah? We're about to enter a building. Can hear gunshots in there. No idea what happens once we're in.
What the hell? This is like special operations, like going into a bunker with gunshots. Like, this is so intense, I feel like. Just for like basic conscription training, this is a lot.
coming to the end of the course now. I'm shattered, but nothing compared to what these guys are.
Yeah.
Conscripts were still pushing on after 5 days of barely any sleep.
That's what you got. I think that's like the big part of this. That they've been through an entire week of hell leading up till this, and then they're still doing all this.
Once they crossed the finish line, they would officially become the Royal Lifeguards.
Wow. Just like that. Wow, no wonder they're emotional. Oh, so they just crossed the finish line. That's it. They graduated. That's why they're so emotional.
Wasn't that? I mean, you can really see what this has meant to these conscripts, not just this assault course, but over the past 4 days and over the past couple of months. They've really put their heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for them. Great to see that amount of emotion.
Yeah. Seriously. That's cool. Wow.
As Denmark's newest Royal Lifeguards marched back onto base, I was left with a new appreciation for what that title means.
Yeah.
These young men and women have earned their place. For the remaining months of their conscription, they will...
They didn't even, I feel like they didn't even show a lot. They've been training for a long time. We didn't even, this was so crazy, they didn't even show most of it.
These young men and women have earned their place. For the remaining months of their conscription, they will now stand guard, represent Denmark, and carry on a centuries-old tradition. In a time when Denmark is reshaping conscription for a new generation, it felt like a glimpse of the future, one built on tradition, but shaped by the challenges of today.
Wow. Dang. That's awesome. Oh my God. You know what, when I was looking at this, I was like a little skeptical, like conscription, mandatory service, training. This is weird. This is different, but it's like I actually kind of get it. It's actually really cool. It's obviously a tradition that's been going on a long time in Denmark, and it makes sense, I think, for your military, for your population, for the way you do things. And you're not really, it sounds like you're not forcing too much. Although I'm sure there's people who end up in the military who don't want to be there, but it sounds like there's ways to maybe talk about that, or what you want your role to look like, or which is cool that Denmark brings that into consideration, that no one feels like they're enslaved to the military or something. So that's really cool to see that that's kind of how you do it. And then getting to see the training was awesome. A glimpse into Danish military training. I've never seen anything like it before. So this was cool. Really cool. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, especially if you're Danish. If you have served in the military, gone through Danish conscription, or you know about any of this, or have done any of this, that'd be awesome to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.